how everything happens so suddenly. And unfortunately, Rabotai, this is how life is. When the time comes, and nobody has control over that. And this is something that each and every one of us has to realize, that as long as we are in this world, we have the opportunity to do mitzvot, do kindness, do chesed, learn Torah. Because in the end, when the landlord knocks and he wants the tenant out, the tenant has to leave. He can't say, give me a few more months extension. This is not America, but we're dealing with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. Now I wanted to share with you a little bit of Torah, just to show the importance of what does it mean to go in the ways of Hashem. We know we're coming B'ezrat Hashem Saturday night, Sunday's pouring, and if you guys pay attention, that Haman wanted to destroy all the Jewish people because of one guy only, and who was that? That was Mordechai. Mordechai HaTzadik did not want to bow down to him. All the Jews were bowing down except Mordechai. And everybody was blaming Mordechai. Says, Mordechai, you're doing the right thing, and that's why we're getting in trouble. Rabotai, our rabbis tell us, little did they know that only because of Mordechai were the Jewish people saved. Because he did not bow down, because he fought. And he said, if it's wrong, I'm not going to do it. And I want to share with you guys a secret, Rabotai. There are two Tanaim, I forgot the names of them, two rabbis, that in their family, they never made it past 20. The curse on them was up to 20 and no more. But Rabotai, Chazal tell us that if they added kindness to their life and they learned Torah, they're going to get extra years. One of them was learning Torah, he lived up to 40. The other guy was learning Torah and doing chesed, he lived up to 60. Hashem gave him double the lifetime. Rabotai, listen to this carefully. A lot of times we don't realize that when it's hard for us to do the right thing, to make the right decisions, to say no to certain situations or certain places we're not supposed to be, we don't do it, Rabotai. We give in. We give in because we'll say, this is Chodo, this is my friend, this is my neighbor. We go with them, we do the wrong things, like with Purim, Mordechai and the Jewish people. But Rabotai, we don't realize, by not giving in to the wrong things, you actually are able to extend your life. And I tell you something, Rabotai, when things like this happen, and today everybody's sitting over and having a good time, eating, etc., after the fast, we have to ask ourselves one question about time. Chazal tell us in Masechet Mot Katan that if the person, even if he's deserving of death, but if there's one person in the community or in the family that he's needed, Hashem will not take him. So we have to ask ourselves our one question. Not only now, but what happens October 7th? What's been happening with the Quran community, Rabotai? We need to ask ourselves one question. Are we doing what is right here or not? And I want to be a little bit more straightforward. I don't know you guys don't know me probably. I haven't seen you guys didn't see me. But Rabotai, people need to realize, I've seen Rabotai, people show me, people video me. People start doing over here, brit milas, bar mitzvahs, weddings. Lately, the way they start doing it is out of hand, Rabotai. It's one thing you wanted to spend money on flowers, which I can understand, even though it's a waste of money. It's another thing, Rabotai, to spend money on women to have on the dance floor dancing in a kosher Jewish wedding, Rabotai. And the sad part is that we, people with kippot and black hats and black suits, people that are religious, we go and we support them, Rabotai. I've seen weddings that it's a disgrace. These things have to stop. If half of you guys would have gone up and left, we would never have this kind of weddings. You know what the secret is? When you don't have this kind of weddings, Rabotai, you don't have people dying. But we don't understand. What do we do, Rabotai? We sin. So Hashem says, I have to kill 100,000 people, but I can't because there's going to be no more people left. So what does he do? He takes the righteous people, Rabotai, like this away. And then we come over here and they cry and they eat. And I want to say something. I don't know who the sons or the daughters, I'll speak to them. That's your wife. And The rest is in Israel. Rabotai, I want to share with the family something, the close family members. Rabotai, listen to this carefully. Chazal tell us that the only thing that you can take with you is mitzvot and Torah. Nothing else, Rabotai. Believe it or not, the only people, they can get you to the graveyard, but your wife can come with you, Rabotai. Your children can come with you. We don't realize this, Rabotai. We think our wives are going to be for us there after 120. They're not, Rabotai. She'll wait when she's going to get married to the next guy. You think she's going to want to stay lonely? You think your children will say, oh, he left? Yeah, he left, Rabotai. But how much money did he leave behind? Our society, Rabotai, makes us corrupt. We're not looking through the eyes of Torah. We're looking through the eyes of the media. And that is destroying us. So I do want to say to the close family members, they have to come to realization, all this is nice. Yishmol, food is very important to remember. Mulot David is very important, Rabotai. But all this will not help him, Rabotai. Not the food and not the eating, this will not help him. We as a Jewish nation, as a Jewish people, we need to change, Rabotai. You understand, there was once a guy, unfortunately, he was behaving not properly. He had a kippah on his head. So I told him, take off your kippah. He said, why should I take off my kippah? What did I do wrong? Why are you telling me not to be Jewish? I said, I will explain to you why. By you having your kippah on your head and you're doing the things that you're doing, people get the idea that all Jewish people are like you. But in the reality, it's only a few people like you and all the Jewish people are good. And you're giving us a bad name. That's what Rabotai the Gibor brings down, that if a person Chas v'Shalom Oleinu wants to do an Avera, what does he do? They don't allow him to do the Avera in the place. They say, you want to do the Avera, go somewhere far where nobody knows you. Because maybe until you're going to get it, you're going to get pulled down. But Chazal tell us even something stronger. There's a difference, Rabotai, when you do an Avera between you and Hashem. But there's another difference, Rabotai, when you do an Avera and you teach other people. So I want to say today, Rabotai, you guys come today to sit in this Yeshua. We say, Li'ilu Nishmat. But a lot of people don't realize that when we come to these things, there's also can be Yiridat Nishama, where the Nishama goes down, Rabotai. If we come over here, we don't say Brachot. If we come over here, we speak Lashon Hara. Rabotai, we as the Jewish people, we have to be able, and I'll tell you something stronger. Today, you have a lot of people, they start making all these programs, for children, drug addicts, drug addicts, this one dies, overdose. Rabotai, I want to tell you something. I can understand these children, why they're like that. Do you know why? Because we as parents are never there for them. We're busy making the world happy, but not our children happy. And then we want to know why our children are getting married to Christina and Enrico and him, and he's on drugs. Because, Rabotai, we are never home. Make it your business, Rabotai, to be with your family, your wife, your children. They come first. After that, everything else. Rabotai, listen to this. You do what Hashem wants, you do not lose, Rabotai. But when you don't do what Hashem wants, not only do you lose something, Rabotai, you get wiped out completely. And people don't realize this. They think what we do for Hashem by not going to not a kosher party, I'm losing out. They're not going to come to me. If these people are not going to come to you, they're doing you a favor. You see who's a real friend, who's not a real friend, who's real family, who's not a real family. Well, Rabotai, what do we do today? We live in, Rabotai, a double life. And the outside, we're one way, and the inside, we're another, Rabotai. You do not want to be friends or have any friendship with people that from here they'll speak to you. Azerbaijan, Kabila. In the back they say, "Stop on Rabotai, this is what's going on in the community. Rabotai, we as the Jewish people have to get up, and things have to change. If we as parents don't start changing, the parties don't start changing, Rabotai, these things are not going to stop. We need to get up and we need to stop. We need to protest. I'm not telling you to fight with people, but you get on the phone and you say, "Is the party kosher?" They say, "Yes, kosher food." Rabotai, I'm not worried about the kosher food. Is the party kosher? They say it's not kosher. You say we can come. Send them their money, whatever they give you, give them back. But Rabotai, do not show them support. Why? Because your children are next generation. If today we are partying in these kind of restaurants with these kind of women on stages and half naked, dancing with all the Bukhari Mela people shouldering Rabotai, our children will be in clubs. But when you go to the clubs, Rabotai, how many of you guys been in clubs? In clubs you have goyim. And over there you have chaos. People get killed. These things lead to the cemetery. That's what Rabotai, every decision you make today will have a cause and effect on your children. Do not let the opportunity pass by. Baruch Adonai, amen, amen.
רבי חנניה בן חושיה אומר, אנחנו רצחנו בבני זכות את ישראל לפיכך ולבעל תורה זו שנאמר, אדוני חפש